But for now, let me teach you another practice which actually first got me into mindfulness. Some people think that when you learn to meditate well and you're very mindful, you are like this calm, still like a stone. And you don't feel anything, you don't say much, you're not excited about life. Even when somebody gives you a birthday present, you're like, thank you. That's not true at all. That's not what mindfulness is meant to do. Mindfulness is meant to make you more you. You enjoy the good things, you feel sad and you cry openly when something hurts you. You are more alive. And something that it grows within us is this heart of ours. First person we start loving and loving unconditionally is ourself. Then we love the people we live with. Then we start loving our neighbor. Then we even love the postman. Then we are even okay with the other political party, the one we didn't vote for. And soon we love everything. So this boundless capacity of heart actually has four features, four qualities, and we only know about like one way of having that romantic love. So what are these four qualities of heart? The first quality of heart, which is called metta, is loving kindness. This quality of loving everyone. What happened is that growing up or in the society or culture we live in, we learned that if you do this, I will love you. If you do this, you will get promoted. The boss is going to love you if you work better. Mother is going to love you if you do these. Father is going to love you if you do that. So we learn to love like this. When we love our spouse, we're like, oh, you do this, then you do this, then I love you. Oh, my child, you behave like this, you get these grades, then I love you. So we learn to barter. We never learn to love. And this loving kindness, it doesn't depend on conditions. It is a very boundless flavor of love that just vibrates from our heart, just shines on everything and everyone. It starts from ourselves. First, we forgive ourselves. Even if we make stupid mistakes, we say something bad, we hurt someone, we don't go fight with ourselves. Instead, what do? We already are feeling so bad about what we did. So we be a friend to ourselves. Maybe that's how we all begin our mindfulness practice. If you're having so much difficulty sitting on the cushion, maybe you start with loving kindness. Every hour, just check in with yourself. How are you now? What is worrying you right now? And be a friend. Be a friend and supporter to yourself. Don't beat yourself for the mistakes. Don't create a 5-year plan for what all you have to do. Just love yourself in that minute, just for that minute. And then next hour, 4 o'clock you check in, 5 o'clock you check in, 6 o'clock you check in. You check in with yourself. How are you now? How are you, my dear? And start loving yourself. We are all so sane. Kristen Neff is actually a PhD on self-compassion. She said in a world where 99.999% of our genes are exactly the same, we are always focusing on, oh, how am I better? It's good to contrast things. Oh, it's cloudy now, it was sunny then. It's good to contrast, but it doesn't help at all to compare. There is no reason to compare. Just like the squirrel doesn't compare itself with the little dog, the bird doesn't compare itself with the crow. We don't have to compare ourselves with each other, my house with your house, my mindfulness practice with your mindfulness practice, my sweater with Mary's sweater. It's okay. They're all different sweaters, they're all different gardens, houses, mind states, body shapes, financial whatever, career patterns, whatever it is, or whatever my background has been, my past, my future, my present, what I did, I didn't do, my mistakes. We don't have to compare them. We can be a friend to ourselves in every minute. So it is this capacity to love, that fondness, that will be a natural side product. You know how when you take medicines, it says that it's going to have like this side effect. So this is a side effect of meditation. You'll start noticing that the people you didn't like, you don't mind that much anymore. Like your wife who troubled you all the time, now sometimes you feel sorry for her or you laugh at her because of this magical 25-minute of silence that you sit in every day. It has so many rippling effects. People who meet you, they feel that warmth in you, that genuine love, not that fake old, oh, I must be nice. And to yourself, you are always kind, forgiving, loving. So that is the thing of loving kindness. So we were talking about four qualities of the heart. First is this loving kindness. Second is compassion. Compassion is for anyone who is suffering. If I am suffering, I have compassion for myself. If you are suffering, I have compassion for you. If somebody else is suffering, I have compassion for them. And compassion doesn't mean I go fix their problems. Sometimes, like, for me, I have grown up children, and one of them was really sick. One of them couldn't make any girlfriends, and he was very depressed. I couldn't help them. I can't go and solve their problems, but I have a lot of compassion for them. And compassion has a very different flavor than that empathy, or that generosity, that we sympathy that we think. In compassion, I can be happy. If you are sad, I love you and I feel for you, but I can still be happy. Just because you are sad and I love you doesn't mean I have to be sad because you are sad. Compassion allows me to be, my own person and have my own area of influence and being. I don't have to become sad when my friend is sad. Compassion has this courage to still be happy when my loved one is sad. It doesn't mean that I don't love them. It means that I will help them from a place of happiness and wholeness. So that is a big difference between why compassion is a very healthy way of feeling for someone else. Because I don't make myself sad. If my best friend is dying of cancer, it doesn't mean that I sit and cry all day. I'm going to help her. I love her. I'm going to feel her sadness when she's gone. But it doesn't mean I have to become depressed and show the whole world how sad I am. Compassion doesn't have that flavor. So whenever we meet people who are doing really good, somebody comes and he's got this nice Ferrari, or somebody's got a brand new house, or they've got these beautiful loving grandchildren, or they get this great new job. Sometimes, like, a part of me is like little sad. Why is that? Because that is what we learned. If my neighbor is doing much better than me, that means I have to do better than them because I'm used to comparing. So the third quality of the heart, which was completely new to me, which was a game changer for me, like if my cousin has a startup and she owns the whole world, it doesn't mean I have to be sad and depressed. I can be happy for her. The third quality of the heart is called sympathetic joy. It's mudita. Whenever you see someone doing better than you, you you arouse this feeling of joy. So happy for you. So happy for you. I'm happy when I'm happy, and I'm happy when you are happy. And when you are sad, I'm sad for you, but I don't have to be sad. So that is the third quality of the heart. And the last quality, the most beautiful quality, some people think, oh, it's just dull. It's called equanimity. Equanimity means when a great happiness arises, I don't bounce up. When a great depression arises, I don't fall down. I have like a balanced state of being. Good things, I enjoy them. Bad things, I notice that they are not that fun. but I enjoy both. I have no preference. I have no preference if it's sunny or it's rainy. On both days, I can feel, I can observe what's going on in my mind. I can enjoy the indoors on on a cold day. I can enjoy the sunny outdoors on a warm day. And that's the beautiful quality. That's the most precious, the peak that will happen to you when your mindfulness really grows, when it really blossoms. One day you'll notice that you are no longer getting pulled by all those things. You are no longer, like you said, all the time planning for good things, all the time trying to stay away from bad things. You will automatically notice. And that is easy, right? It's when it's automatic. When I have to do it, how has it worked out for us? How has this trying to control everything worked out for us? And what if we just do this practice and see the side effects in these four qualities of the heart grow?
You already know that I have no control over people, places, and things. Only me. I know that from my other things, doing my other thing.
So, this loving kindness can transform your negative state of mind in any moment. And when I first started mindfulness, I was talking about how this was the first thing that I started with. So every minute to minute, when I was at work, if I felt I was being mistreated, I would send karuna, I would send compassion to myself. I would say, oh, compassion to Aditi for going through this difficult job, this boss who's always criticizing you, compassion to you. Rather than, facing it to the boss and like scheming and planning to change it, just opening to that awareness with this boundless quality of heart that can take in everything, that is not scared, that is not narrow, that is vast. So I opened to my own compassion. When I had trouble in relationships, compassion. And also, like, there is another prayer which is not really part of this curriculum, but which I love. It's called the Bodhisattva prayer. In a Bodhisattva is someone who takes on the suffering of the world to help others to not feel the suffering. So I would not only feel compassion, but I would also say to myself, may no one in this world go through this. And I, the Bodhisattva, am going through this for the entire universe. I'm going through this. I choose to go through this pain so that no one else in this world has to go. And that was really powerful for me. And I kept doing that, kept doing that, kept doing that. And now when I have problems at work, it's not like I don't feel fear, but I'm not like that old 10-year, 15-year-old who became so depressed, whose whole day was spoiled when the boss said something, or when the colleagues didn't treat me right, or when my husband didn't care for me, or when my children didn't call me. I just see that. Oh, my son hasn't called me for the past month. Hmm. Okay. I just pick up the phone and I call him. There's no anger, there's no expectation. Why didn't you call? Where are you? You did this, you did that, you did this, this. None of that. It's all melted away. There's this healthy connection with life. And I didn't do it. It's not my superpower. It's the goodness of the practice. I just sit for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, because it has brought me so much relaxation. There were so many people in my family who never talked to me, who would see my face and run away. And I would feel so sad. I would take it personally. And now I feel compassion for them because I wonder, I try to think, oh, she must be going through something. May she be well. And then I feel compassion for myself. Oh, may I feel loved. Because this person is not being nice to me, the pain I'm feeling, oh, love to myself. Love to myself, love to the person who's hurting me. Love to my father. My father doesn't talk to me. He doesn't like me being a meditation teacher. He really hates that. But I just have love for him. I can understand must be going through something that you need to control your child even when she's 50-year-olds, right? He must be suffering more than me. So I can let him be. I can let him try to control me. I can let him be angry and just love him. And then love to myself. How must it be to be a daughter and not being loved by a father? Right? So compassion for everyone without being so reactive, without being so controlling, without wanting the situation to change, without wanting him to call me. He hasn't visited me in US for 20 years. I still invite him. This summer, again, I've invited him every year like a new child who has never seen a bike before. I invite him with the same love, with the same enthusiasm. Papa, come and spend time with my children. And every year he says no, and every year I invite him. It doesn't, like, it's not like it doesn't hurt anymore, but it doesn't feel personal anymore. Just like the weather changes, things happen. It doesn't feel personal, so it doesn't feel so sobby, so touchy, so scary anymore. So these are the four qualities of the heart. Why don't we take